Zach, where did you get so funny? Let's get to the Cowboys.
All right, the Cowboys, they lost their number two. I'll always say number two receiver, Amari Cooper,
Damn.
in a trade to the Cleveland Browns to replace him. They got James Washington, who's a decent receiver, decent number three receiver. Not no Amari Cooper. What was that?
He won't be number 3 this year.
He's gonna be number 4. Or you think
Jalen Tolbert's gonna be 3?
I like Jalen Tolbert. He's more of a slot guy, in my opinion. But they got him. They were able to. They got Dalton Schultz back on the franchise tag, right? I don't think they reached an extension with him.
Dalton Schultz got tagged, yes.
Yeah, and then they really didn't do anything else in the offseason. Well, they drafted Tyler Smith in the draft to be their starting guard to replace Connor Williams. I don't really have too much to say about Tyler Smith. And
he's be good.
Yeah,
he's raw though. He's raw. You put him in between Zach Martin, Biadasz, and then Tyron Smith. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna blow up year one, just like all the Cowboys guards do. They're gonna overhype him. He's gonna be very good, but he's gonna be a very good player. He's very raw though. But
Zach Martin's never overhyped.
No. I'm talking about like those rookies that come in. Like Biadasz was not great his rookie year, but he was so hyped as like one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys O-line has gotten a bit better reputation than they've really played in recent years. Like they were the best O-line at one point, and then they really took a dip, and no one really talks about it. People still talk about them having a great O-line because they still have players like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. But then back then, even they still had Frederick, right?
Travis Frederick at the center. Yep. Leo Collins, young Leo Collins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They lost Leo Collins also to Cincinnati Bengals. I completely forgot about that.
Yep.
So the O-line did take a step back, but their offense still going to probably be good. I mean, their offense I think was number 1 in the NFL last year in total yards. Dak Prescott's probably going to throw for a lot of yards, and I mean the run game I think will be better. I do think Zeke's going to be better than last year. I think he played through a lot of injuries last year that hurt him. I don't think he's ever going to be what he once was. I think Tony Pollard is pretty good backup running back. Maybe a bit overhyped. I think some people really like him in Madden, and they think he's better than what he is. But he still is nonetheless a good RB2.
What are you talking about?
What?
Who's going on Madden and using Tony Pollard?
A lot of people go on Madden.
I play everything. Who's playing with Tony Pollard, dog?
When people play in franchise mode, or doing a fantasy draft, they want to get that fast running back late, or they're playing a team without a running back. Trust me, there are people like that.
Hey man, I know they're about
just try to go for the fast guy.
I know they're like that with like Mostert and stuff. But we're not gonna talk about Madden, but
especially with those ratings they put out lately.
We got to make a YouTube video on that. That's fucking ridiculous.
And, I'm pretty sure Cowboys fans are probably mad at some of those ratings. I mean, Alex Von Diggs should have been rated top 10, but he was rated as 84 overall. Michael Parsons was extremely underrated. He was 88 overall.
Ridiculous. 88.
Yeah, he definitely should have been in the 90s. I get it. He's
Darius Leonard got what he deserves, though.
Huh?
Darius Leonard got what he deserved. I'm messing with you, bro. It is so bad. Chad Johnson needs to be fucking fired. Now. He's the ratings adjuster.
But, I mean, the offense, like I said, they were number 1 last year. I don't think they'll repeat as number 1, but they'll be a top 10 offense nonetheless. Number 1 in yards and points per game. But their defense, on the other hand, was great because they forced those turnovers in the NFL, right? And that's something you just can't really predict. We don't know if they're going to have the same opportunities. Trevon Diggs was great at capitalizing on turnovers. But, I mean, he could be the exact same player last year as he is this year and have only 4 picks this year, right? And that's going to show a big difference in their defense. I don't know if they'll lead the league in turnovers against. I just think you can't really predict. But if they aren't top 10 in the league in forced turnovers, the team's definitely going to take a big step back because the defense overall isn't the most talented compared to other teams. They
also lost Gregory.
Yeah, they lost Gregory, but they were really great because the amount of turnovers they able to force last year. That was the big thing.
Yeah, and Trayvon Diggs getting overhyped. But it's first of all, I want to touch on don't disrespect Amari Cooper, okay?
Well, he's a good receiver.
I agree with you, Zach. I'm not disagreeing with you, but that is disrespectful. I ain't gonna have it on this podcast, okay? Amari Cooper is still that man. Don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb's better. Okay.
All right,
But
then I don't know what you're
he's
trying
better.
to
He's better. But
say. Put the mic a little bit away. It's a little loud.
closer. CeeDee Lamb is better. Okay. And it hurts me to say I'm a Coop fan. But don't ever call Coop wide receiver 2 on a team. Okay. He's gonna get 1,500 yards with Josh Rosen. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm playing. But
If people couldn't see the face I made when he said that.
it was a joke. It was a joke, and it was a bad joke. But
It was.
The Cowboys just got way worse. It just feels like every time I'd pull up my phone for free agency, they'd be losing something or something would be bad for them. You see Cowboys, you're like, oh, they finally signed somebody. No, they just extended DeMarcus Lawrence. The Cowboys, pull up my phone. They re-signed Leighton Vander Esch. It's just they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. And the draft comes, you need more fun players. You draft an offensive guard, which don't get me wrong, I don't hate the pick per se.
It was a need.
It was a need, but they have a lot of needs, and I don't feel like that's going to help you win right now. And they're in a win right now type of mode. The division's kind of mediocre still. I just think the reason why they're 2 on my list is because Eagles plain is just like AFC East. Eagles got better, Cowboys got worse.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are kind of a team that's in a bad cap situation, right? Which is why they probably weren't able to go out there and get a lot of guys. I mean, I know they were trying to re-sign Randy Gregory. He agreed terms with them, and then kind of flipped to the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
So that was a big loss for them. They don't really have the edge rusher next to Marcus Lawrence. I mean, I guess Micah Parsons, but sometimes he's pass rushing, sometimes he's playing more linebacker. It's kind of a hybrid with them. But I mean, after that on the D-line, I mean, I thought Gallimore was decent for them. They had a Dante Fowler. Maybe he can kind of turn the clock back a little bit. What was that?
They got Tristan Hill as well over there.
Yeah, they have Tristan Hill. They drafted Sam Williams, I think, in the second round of the draft. I don't really know too much about Sam Williams.
Yeah, I've never heard his name.
But yeah, I mean, the linebacker core with Parsons and Vander Esch is one of the best in the league, if not maybe the best. Well, actually, not the best.
Oh, I'm about to say, Fresh almost didn't get signed.
Huh?
He was bad.
Vander Esch hasn't been great.
He hasn't been as good as his rookie year.
He's still a decent linebacker. He just hasn't been the potential all pro linebacker I think he was once.
Dude, that rookie year Vander Esch was different. Him and Jalen Smith looked so good, and then they just turned so bad so quick.
Yeah, and I mean corners. I mean Trevon Diggs. He's not an awful corner. He's not top 10, but he is one of the best ball hawks in the league, and he is a good corner. Just not what some people want to put him at.
I agree.
And then I mean, next to him they got Jordan Lewis, nickel. They got Anthony Brown, 2 decent guys. Nothing that I'm going to go crazy about. And then at safety,
Kelvin Joseph.
Yeah, he's more of a depth corner for them. But
he was a second round pick last year, though. I don't feel like he didn't get arrested, so he's good.
I thought Blake Hooker was decent for them last year. Javon Curse is a decent safety as well. Overall, I mean, like I said, the defense was great last year because they forced a lot of turnovers. But if they aren't able to get that same production, force turnovers this year, then I don't really know how good this team's really going to end up being and the defense.
No, yeah, for sure. They're all over the place. And I feel like I saw something with Sean Payton. He always wanted to be the Cowboys coach. I think the Cowboys are going to be bad this year. Just personally, I think they are going to be. They have holes everywhere. Their cap problem is ridiculous. And I just think they're going to be second or third in the division. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington let me just say this. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington or the Giants, just one of them just was randomly good. Not playoff team good, but just randomly good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the Cowboys, their offense is too good for them not to be decent. I mean, they'll probably be a playoff team, but I think that's more of a product of the rest of the NFC. I haven't really thought of it too much, but they should be fighting for a wild card spot.
No, yeah, they should be.
And yeah, I mean, the offense, like I said, they still are a top 5 offense in the NFL, right? Because I mean, they do have Dak Prescott, who's a good QB. They have Zeke, like I said, I do expect him to be better than he was last year, and they still have a great receiving room. The offense is going to put up a lot of points, like they did last year, number 1 scoring team in the NFL. But they're not going to score at the same level as last year, and I don't think the defense is going to force so many turnovers. So they're going to suffer, in my opinion, because of that. Yeah. And if you don't have anything else, let's say the Cowboys. We'll go ahead and move. What's that say? I can't read that. What does that say?
Zach has bad takes.
What? So
you just said the Cowboys are going to have a top 5 passing offense, or top 5?
I said they're going to have top. Huh?
You said they're going to have a top 5 offense.
Top 5 offense. What they were their number one offense.
No. Let's go to Washington. You want to
go to Washington? What you don't?
Yeah, I'm not going to fight you. You're wrong, but just.
Well, who do you think is going to take over them? Because they were the number one offense last year, and they're the number one scoring offense last year. They lost Amari Cooper, but they
because their defense was giving up 28 points a game. They were always on the field. That's
right,
the stats wise, yeah, they were great on offense, but they were losing 35-28 left and right.
Yeah,
or winning 35-28. They beat the Patriots. Crazy game because none of the defense was doing shit. But
I expect a lot of the same of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like too many gaps. You lose Amari Cooper. You had 2 wide receiver ones. That's what you should have said, okay? They had 2 wide receiver number ones, and now they don't have that. They have Michael Gallup, who's solid. I don't hate on him, but he's coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah, we got to see how he comes back.
Yeah, we got to see how he's coming back. I love Jalen Tolbert. He's not going to be a problem. They lost Cedric Wilson, who was one of their better rack players last year. I just don't think they're going to be – I get what you're saying, maybe stat-wise. Possibly.
Yeah, I'm talking about stat-wise.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're just watching, I'm like, no, there's no way. I could name 5 teams literally so quick that are going to be better than them, offensive-wise.
Yeah, they're going to be statistically one of the 5 best teams, borderline.
Yeah, but that's because of their defense, not because of how great their offense is.
It'll be a little bit part both. They're kind of a high octane offense, right? They're going to go for a lot of deep shots. They're going to be high tempoed. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Mike McCarthy, but he has the ability to produce high octane offenses, high scoring offenses.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But I just think it's more to do with the ass of the defense than the amazingness of the offense. Like if you would have said that week 1 last year against the Buccaneers, I'd agree with you. Like that was a great game. Like they looked amazing, but not this year.